It was around 3.5 months ago when I brought you my first look at Serato DJ Pro 4.0. It's been in public beta since then, with users testing it throughout that time. The full release is finally here, and so in this episode I'm going to remind you of what's new, point out one thing that they've changed following user feedback, and another thing which has really got me scratching my head. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to quickly run you through all of the new features, remind you of those. I'm not going to dwell on them because I already did a first look with that earlier version of the public beta, but then I'm going to give you some of my thoughts. Now, I haven't taken part in that beta, I've had too much else on, but I did use a release candidate over the weekend, and I can tell you from a performance standpoint, everything is absolutely there for me. It worked perfectly well with the DDJ Rev 7, no flaws in performance whatsoever. I'm completely happy with how it works. This is a full release. You can go ahead and install it with confidence that, yeah, it should work just fine for you. So the new features. First of all, they changed the prepare window. Wasn't a fan of that. They made it into a side split instead of a dropping down from the top kind of split. Now, they've brought that back based on feedback from, I guess, my previous video, and your comments on that would be one of those things. And yeah, now you can put it back to how it used to be before. You know, I just feel like when it's like this, you lose track information from the main crate and you lose track information on the prepare crate. So I just liked it like this. It's much better. You know, Algorithm DJ does the horizontal split thing, and I'm not a fan of that, or the vertical split, whatever way around it is. Not a fan of that. This is much better as it was before. Very happy with that. We've got a new slip release feature. Now, I'll be honest, I played with this. I don't really know how to explain to you why you want it. I don't want it. I don't use slip mode ever. All it does is when you are doing some like scratching or something in slip mode, it now has a release time. So you let go of the deck and then it takes either a half beat, 1 beat, 2 beats or 4 beats to then get back to the original playhead. I think if you're an advanced turntablist, that's something that you could maybe do something cool with. That ain't me, so I can't work out why I would want that. Still don't want to use slip mode. Just not something for me, really. We've then got crate search. This is a feature which people have been asking for a long time, and it's wonderful. So we now have an extra search icon over here. I can search for sports. Now it will bring up all of my crates that have sports in the title. You know, if you have hundreds of crates, you are really struggling to navigate them and find the crate that you want. Now you can just search for that. A brilliant new addition. Again, much requested by a lot of DJs. Track ratings have never really been in Serato before, but now we have a 5-star rating system, but also you can change that to different emojis as well. So you can build up some really complex rating systems with cows or faces or whatever you want for your emojis. It's not something I've used before because it's not been there before. Now it's there. I will probably make use of that for library management. Absolutely. It's a very cool thing. If we create a smart playlist, how do we do that in here? I'll close that out. There we go. So add a new smart playlist, and we can add in rating and rating emoji into our smart crates as well. So yeah, definitely a powerful tool which I've yet to take advantage of. Crate sorting is very neat. Now, one thing to note, it won't apply to your streaming playlist. You can now sort your playlists or your crates by date created, custom, alphabetical, and you can do them in ascending or descending order. It won't change your streaming playlist, but we can see there that so that's by date created. Nice and simple, just a way to kind of work with your crates in a different way. I'm digging that. One thing that is a big improvement and relates to that in a way is that you can now put streaming tracks into a crate. So if I have my Beatsource there, I can take a track from Beatsource, add it into a crate with local files, and they're all mixed in there together, and it works flawlessly. But one thing that does cause me an issue is that you can still only have one streaming service active at a time. So if I want to add some Beatport tracks into this crate, I can't, because to use Beatport streaming, I have to log out of Beatsource. And in fact, I do have some Beatport streaming tracks in this crate, but they're not here right now because I'm logged into Beatsource. It's just a bit odd. Every other software lets you use multiple streaming services at once. Why this doesn't, I don't know. It's still a limitation. It's much better for working with streaming, but if you're using more than one service, well, yeah, you're still really, really limited. So yeah, kind of a mixed bag with that. I'm really happy about one aspect, but still lacking. Crate info is cool. So we can see now, I go into here, Down at the bottom, we have 79 songs, 3 hours, 45 minutes, 538 meg. And yeah, that's great, right? So now I've got that information. I can see how many tracks are in this crate, how big the crate is, and all of that useful information. What would be even more useful for me is to have that for the prepare crate as well. So if I've got a bunch of tracks in the prepare crate, this is how I use it in Algorithms DJ Pro. I would like to see how much time is remaining in that prepare crate. Doesn't work like that. I want to see some dynamic swapping for that information at the bottom. As I go into the prepare crate, I want to see how much is left. As I add tracks in towards the end of a set, you know, maybe I've got like 20 minutes left. I'm like, oh, I've got 4 tracks in that prepare crate. I need to add another one in or take one out to match up to that end of the night kind of time. Yeah, it would be useful to get that for the prepare crate as well. I would like to see that, but in general, an excellent feature. We've also got crate colors. You can see here now, I've customized the color of a bunch of these crates. You can choose whatever color you like for them. And you can also even do it for your smart crates too. So there we go. Smart crate is now green. Yeah, great for color coding. Again, working with data, working with your files and getting deeper into that. Part of that you just see me do is doing a right click. Now, if you're not a Serato user, you might be surprised to learn that Serato until now has never had right click functionality at all. Just didn't have it. Now it's here. We have some cool stuff in there, right? So let me right click in there. We've got add to the prepare panel or the stems crate. I would like to see the ability to add to a crate, you know, and have my list of crates come up there and add to those. It's not there. It's just prepare or stems, but it's a start. Let's hope they add that in later. We can analyze files from the right click. We can change the BPM so we can halve or double it. That was previously, I think, just a keyboard shortcut. Now we can also select that rating emoji. We talked about those already. We can select the track color, which you could already do from over here. We could command click and do it there, or just click and do it over there. But now you can do it from the right click, change the track color, and show in crates. This one's really cool. So this track, I want to see what crates this is in. Maybe I think, oh, I had a really good crate that I played at that event and that's in there. Now I can just, yep, there we go. It's in there. And I can see, so crates with out, it's there. All right, and that is a very, very useful feature. Again, if you have a large library, a lot of crates, navigating around will be massively improved with that. We've also got disable or enable the beat grid lock. Previously it was command click over there. Rescan the file info. Again, that was previously just in the files panel. Relocate, search all and choose location. They've really upgraded the relocation and the rescanning within this version. So yeah, very, very happy about that. Show in Finder, which previously was just Command R. And now you can delete from the crate, from the library, or from the computer. So it just makes life a little bit more efficient having a right click there. That's why right click is such a big part of the interface for all kind of computing systems, really. Absolutely, that's really useful. Now, favorite crates. This is cool as well. You'll see I have a bunch of starred crates up here. That's because I have right-clicked on those and I have set them to be my favorites. So right-click, favorite crate, now it appears up there. So if you're doing an event, there's a certain theme maybe. So I've got maybe my Christmas tracks. I just want to put those up there. Don't want to go right down to the bottom of the library to find those during that event. After that, right-click, remove it. It's just my test laptop. I don't have actual Christmas tracks on here at the moment. But yeah, there you go. So that's it, removed, done. So favorite crates, yeah, a big change, a big improvement. I'm very happy to see. Analysis, yeah, they've improved that because now you can analyze on import. Tick that one if you want to analyze on import. When you bring tracks in, it will analyze automatically. That's very cool. You can also analyze with hardware connected, which is cool. You could never do that before. You could analyze by like loading a track to a deck and then it would analyze. But you know, this is kind of a hangover from the old days of like Scratch Live when computers really couldn't handle playing 2 tracks and analyzing another one at once. Now, you know, a modern laptop is easily going to handle that. So now you can analyze files whilst you're DJing with 2 or even 4 decks. So yeah, that's a big improvement there. And then, yeah, you can eject external drives from within the files panel. Yeah, stick a pin in that. We'll come back to that in a minute. Improvements to search all. This is a big deal, right? So now I can be in a crate here. And let's just put that panel away. Right, so I'm in a crate. Previously, if I just search for girl in that crate, it would just show up. Now we have this all button. And now I can search the whole library for that term. Click out of it, and I'm back in that crate. I haven't left that crate. I found a bit of inconsistent behavior with where it returns me to in the crate. Can't quite work out what I'm doing differently each time. But yeah, overall, search all. It's a feature I used at the weekend a bunch of times. Made my life a lot more efficient, a lot more useful. You can still search for your streaming service as well. So yeah, all good there. And then we've got resizable album art view. I know not everyone uses album art, but I do. And previously, in the older versions, it basically like automatically double or triple spaced your library and really, wasted a lot of real estate. Now I can just drag that album art size and make it whatever size I want, and no longer am I wasting that real estate. Yep, that one has made me personally very happy. Now, let's talk about the stuff which has got me scratching my head. This is odd, right? This is really odd. And I didn't notice this until I started using that release candidate, started doing my normal, the way that I work with the software, preparing for a set and then working in a set. Let's open the browse menu. Except let's not, because it's not there. Where's the browse menu gone? It's just gone. Like, how do I drill down into this crate? How do I just show stuff from this crate that's in a certain genre or by a certain artist, apart from going over and typing in the search? I can't do it, right? Let me show you what I'm talking about. Let me go back to Serato DJ Pro 3.3.5. There it is. All right, I want to drill down in this crate. Browse. Drill down by genre, BPM, artist, album. I don't use albums in my local files, but yeah, so I can search for stuff that's just 120, just like that. Why would you take this out? I don't get it. Like, I didn't often use it that much in performance because it tended to slow things down. Like, things would get a little bit clunky as it kind of updated and stuff. But like, I used it in preparation all the time. Like, I would bring in a folder of tracks, put them in a crate, and then I would quickly go down. I would like, right, so all the stuff that's in this genre, can highlight that then and drag that out to a crate. Like, it's just user interface 101. Surely, am I going mad? Like, if I go on a website and I've got a massive list of songs or products, I need to drill down into that, right? If I go into Beatsource, here's my full list of disclosure tracks. I can filter by type, release date, BPM, genres, key. This is interface 101, right? I'm not going crazy, am I? Let me know in the comments if you think I am, right? But filters are just, it's a thing. When you have a lot of data in a database, you need to be able to filter that information, right? I mean, and this is not just, theoretical, because they had it in, 3.3.5. It's there, it exists, and they've taken it away. And it exists in other DJ software, like in DJ Pro, I can go in and I can filter by, there's tons of options. I can filter by, let me remove that one altogether. So we've got key on there right now, but let me remove that, right? So now I want to add a filter. I can filter by album, artist, BPM, color, genre, key, label, play count, release, and title. They're all there. I can filter by those. And then I can add in additional. So it contains, all right, so there you go. We've got Jim, right? And then I can add an additional filter. Like, this is how you work with data in a big database. That's what you do. In Rekordbox, it's kind of more restricted almost with this standard filtering because you've only got genre, artist, and album. But then you've got this whole custom filters thing over here that you can go in and change a ton of parameters for to show. And that's even on the CDJs. Like, that's on this, you've got the track filter on the CDJs. This is 101 stuff, right? Surely. I mean, it was in there in the old version of Serato, but it's gone. I'm lost. This is the bit that's really got me scratching my head. I don't understand why you would take out the ability to filter the data in your database. Like, this release is all about the database, and you can't. The ejecting USB drives is kind of useful, but I mean, does that point to one library coming? Watch my video about one library. We'll link it up above or down below or something. And I'm really excited about one library. I want Serato to be on board so I can export straight out of Serato to a USB drive and have my crates and my beat grids and everything else there. There's no word on that from Serato at this point. Is this version setting us up for one library in the future? I don't know. I suspect with that ejecting USB drives thing, it might be. But yeah, removing the browse option is just, if anything, I would have expected more ways to filter your data in this, and they've made less ways to filter your data. It's really odd to me. Let me know in the comments if you if you agree, if you think I'm silly, and if it's something you ever used. Maybe you didn't, right? But I certainly did use it in Serato, and I definitely do use it in DJ, and I use it in Rekordbox, and it's in all the other software as well. So yeah, I still feel like Serato 4.0, I think we've got a way to go here. Like, this is great, and it is a stable version, and it works really well, and I will be using this version from now on. I'll get around the whole, filtering thing. I'll get around that. I can work with it, right? So definitely, if you're a Serato DJ Pro user or DJ Lite user, then absolutely use this, right? It's a great new improvement in many ways. But yeah, just left me scratching my head. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you for watching this episode of Beatsource Tech. I do hope you've enjoyed it or found it useful. If you have, be sure to give us a thumbs up, subscribe and tap the bell so you don't miss any future videos. And hey, if you haven't already, you can try Beatsource for free and join DJcity for just $10. All the links are down in the description. I'll see you next time.